We are in the midst of an incredibly contentious election. And whether you sit on the red side or the blue side of the aisle, are in varying tax brackets, or have never voiced your opinion, tomorrow's historic presidential election on November 3rd will impact the lives of Americans for the foreseeable future. We want to continue our commitment to elevate the voices of the community and share real person stories that we hope resonate with you in a time of information overload. Tonight, we focus on the under 30 voter, the first-time voter, and minority voting classes, all which combined represent millions of votes that will help decide the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. But first, we begin with women, a group who has proven to be the most consistent voter and one who could make history ushering in the largest gender gap of any presidential election since the 19th Amendment. We spoke with Girls Inc. in the Valley about their recently launched She Votes campaign.
In Massachusetts, we can actually pre-register to vote as 16 and 17-year-olds. And we're one of 14 states that allows that. And I actually didn't know that myself. So we thought, what can we do at Girls Inc. to help raise the awareness of that amazing opportunity for our teenage girls? And hence, She Votes campaign. With the big election that is coming up, we knew there'd be a lot of talk about the elections and the civic process and voting. And we felt it was important to educate girls and teenagers around what are their opportunities to pre-register to vote. And when we do that, when girls and youth are engaged in the election process at a young age, they learn about voting. They're actually asked their opinions and thoughts about candidates and policies. They become more engaged as adults. And once they've pre-registered, boy, when they turn 18, they're just ready to go and they're ready to vote and be involved. So we were thrilled.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. And I think we're going to talk to a few of your Girls Inc. representatives.
Thank you.
Well, recent data released by Tufts University shows that younger voters aged 18 to 29 make up a larger share of the early voting electorate than they did at any point in 2018 and the presidential election of 2016. I now want to bring in a two-generation Zers from Girls Inc. who work under Suzanne, 19-year-old Lyric Dixon, and Caitlin Mogigla. You both are just very excited about what's going on in your age group. How does that make you feel?
It's amazing to see the growth in statistics from 2016 to how much more involvement there is in this age bracket in election comparison. It's really awesome to see my friends going out and voting early and making these plans and spreading awareness about the importance of voting and how it affects not only us in our age bracket, but older generations and younger.
Now, Lyric, I know you pre-registered to vote when you were 16, and you identify as non-binary, and you also run the She Votes program for the young girls, the little ones. So, as I just said to Suzanne, it's a great place of inclusivity. What's motivating you? How are you so confident at only 19 to, be who you are, but yet help others behind you?
I was the president of my GSA, Gender and Sexuality Alliance, or Gay Straight Alliance. In high school, I was on a diversity committee to talk to our school's staff and administration about some of the issues that kids of color were having at my school, because I did go to a predominantly white high school and a predominantly, obviously, straight and cis high school. So just from being different, I've always just had to learn how to advocate for myself. And as I've learned to advocate for myself, I've learned to advocate for other people. And that's why I'm really passionate about our She Votes campaign and having these conversations with our girls, especially younger ones.
And Caitlin, I know you said this election is crucial and people in America are in danger of losing their freedoms right now. Tell us who specifically is in danger and what you've done to be proactive this electoral season.
I think right now I personally feel concerned for our people of color as well as our LGBTQ plus communities. I think with all the changes happening in the Supreme Court and all the discussions that have been brought up, I think those are the people that we need to be watching out for and spreading awareness about what the risks are in the future, letting people know the policies that have changed, the policies that our candidates want to make happen, and how those things will either negatively or positively affect those communities.
At 19, I was not this confident. I was not this strong as both of you. This is remarkable. So what are you nervous about come November 3rd?
I think one of my fears is obviously with COVID, there are many changes to the election this year regarding mail-in voting. A lot of states, it's newer, so we're not going to know who our president is November 3rd. And I think that causes a lot of suspense and tension around what will be our future. It's not an average year to find out. And I think the next 4 years, in 2020 alone, so much has happened in the world. And I think predicting those next 4 years is scary, no matter which way the election goes. So I think November 3rd is going to be a really tense day, and I'm definitely feeling anxious for that day and that week.
With the mail-in ballots, I've seen articles and things about ballot boxes, being like on fire, like being burned down and things like that. And then also a lot of voter suppression happening on top of the uncertainty of mail-in ballots. And then, of course, our current president trying to discredit the U.S. postal system and encouraging people not to mail in their ballots, which is really scary and not admirable at all. But yeah, and then long lines at the polls and a lot of confusion about the voting process this year. So that alone makes things pretty scary when it comes to the result. And like Caitlin said, I don't think we're going to know who our president is on November 3rd or even within the next few days after that. So it's definitely an anxious time for a lot of people.